Welcome back to another console collector video. Hey everybody, console collector here. Today we're going to take a look at GameCube game variations. We're going to take a look at all the big box sets, some cover art variations, demo discs, special editions, 2-packs and more. Now this isn't every variation for the Nintendo GameCube games, but it's a big chunk of them. So if you know of any variations that you do not see in this video, please let me know in the comments below. I do want to one day have the full variation set of GameCube games. Alright, so without further ado, let's take a look at some GameCube game variations. We're going to kick it off with the big boxes. So, here we have the Legend of Zelda 4 Swords Adventure big box. This came packed in with the Game Boy Advance link cable seen here. There are some different variations of the covers. My particular one here just has a $20 bonus piece on the side here. This is what the side looks like. And the back. This is a really great game, by the way. It's tons of fun with your friends. Single player is still pretty good as well. So that's the 4 Swords big box. Next up, we have Mario Party 6. Again, there are some variations of this box. Some say bestseller. Here you can see it comes with the microphone. I got the side, the back, side, top. So Mario Party 6. This is actually the more uncommon of the big box Mario Party. Next up, we have Mario Party 7. This one you see a lot more. Again, comes included with the mic. Mario Party 7. Next up, we have Odama. Again, this was another big box with the microphone packed in. See the side there, top. My box here is not in the greatest shape, unfortunately. The back. So that's Odama. Next we have Batman, Rise of Sintizu. I never know if I'm saying that correct. This is the lithograph commemorative edition. Mine is still sealed, so I have no idea what it looks like inside. So I have no intention of opening it. This particular set you don't see very often. This is not a GameCube exclusive, but I do believe that the GameCube was the only console that had this big box set with the lithograph. So that was Batman. Next up, we have Karaoke Revolution Party. This also was packed in with the microphone. That's a pretty common pack-in. Got the sides. Surprisingly, this is another big box that you just don't see very often. So that's Karaoke Revolution Party. Alright, we're going to get to the most expensive and rare of the big boxes. And that is Pokemon Box. This is basically Pokemon Bank before Pokemon Bank existed. This is incredibly rare. You do see the game every so often single, but not in the big box. But hands down, by far, this is the rarest of the big boxes. So that's Pokemon Box. Now let's move on to 2-packs and I guess another box variation. This is the Resident Evil 10th Anniversary Collection, Player's Choice. It was a GameStop exclusive. It's not a true big box, simply because it's open on the side here. And you can see it comes with Resident Evil 0, Resident Evil, and Resident Evil 4. My Resident Evil 0 is sealed in this set. So So that's the Resident Evil 10th Anniversary Collection. On topic of Resident Evil, we have the Pure Evil 2-pack. Resident Evil and Resident Evil 0. Here's the Rebecca and Billy. This is an actual box, so it's considered a 2-pack. Now what's interesting about this is there's two variations of the 2-pack, which you can see here. This one just has the Resident Evil 4 coming soon demo disc. So interesting that these both are pretty rare on their own, and then there's two cover art variations. I honestly prefer this one. And you can see the backs here are a little different too. So, cool little 2-packs. So that's the Resident Evil Pure Evil packs. Next up, we have the Super Monkey Ball 2-pack. This came packed in with Super Monkey Ball and Super Monkey Ball 2. This 2-pack is incredibly rare. This was the first of the 3 really rare 2-packs that I got. So that's the Super Monkey Ball. Next up, we have the elusive Sonic Adventure 2-pack. This thing is extremely rare. This took me a long time to find. This came packed in with Sonic Adventure DX and Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. Also player's choice. So that's it for 2-packs that I own. There is one more. It's called the Super Monkey Ball / Sonic 2-pack. And it came with Sonic Heroes and Super Monkey Ball. It's super rare. It's a yellow box. I've never seen one ever. So that's unfortunately one 2-pack that I just cannot find. Never one on eBay, never one on Amazon. No collectors have it. It's just incredibly rare. It's almost a unicorn. There's only one apparently known to exist. So does it really exist? Apparently it does. So that's what I'm keeping my eyes out for. But this here is the Sonic Adventure 2-pack. Next up, we are going to do some preview discs and demo discs. Here we have the Resident Evil 4 preview disc. And we have this playable demo set. It comes with Sonic Adventure DX demo, Splinter Cell, Beautiful Joe, and Billy Hatcher. This is a very common demo disc. And then here we have the Star Wars Rebel Strike limited edition preview disc, which this one came with some old Star Wars games in it. Now let's move on to some special editions. Here we have Splinter Cell Chaos Theory, and then here we have Splinter Cell Chaos Theory, the Steelbook. Same game, but this one has one of the cool slip-out covers. If I can get it out of here. Just like this. This was all the rage back in the day. And then this really nice steel case. This blood's actually like stamped in there. Here's the back. You open it up. It's got a very like Platinum Hits Xbox kind of looking case inside, all gray. This, to my knowledge, is the only steel case set for the GameCube other than the Resident Evil 4 steel case. So again, there's the original and then the special edition steel case. So that's Splinter Cell Chaos Theory. Next up, of course, we have the GameStop Special Edition Resident Evil 4 steel case, which came with Resident Evil 4, obviously, Resident Evil Prologue, the Resident Evil 4 soundtrack, and this cell, which it's upside down, but you see here it's limited amount laser cell. Pretty cool set. This set was actually pretty hard for me to get because it's a GameStop exclusive and we don't have GameStop in Canada. It's really nice how this is all stamped in. Beautiful. While we're on the topic of sales, I'm just going to quickly throw these in here. I have the pre-order bonus for Soul Calibur 2 featuring Link and this Metroid Prime Samus cell. They're both numbered, as you can see there. Got these certificates. So, I don't really collect these cells, but when they come across my path, I'm just like, yeah, let's do it. Alright. Another special edition. This is the Robotech Battlecry Collector's Edition. This thing is a pain to open up, so I'll just tell you what's inside, as it says here. You got your game soundtrack, your the little art in there, concept art, numbered dog tag, and this exclusive t-shirt. Here's the side. I actually unboxed this like a long time ago on this channel, so I may go back into unboxing it again. My older videos are a little rough, to say the least, so it's a really cool set. This is pretty rare also to find on the GameCube. They do have this on the Xbox, but the difference to know you have GameCube is always check the side for that logo. So I've actually seen one where someone packed it all together, stuck Robotech GameCube game in there, but then when you see the side, it was actually the Xbox logo. So that's the clue to look for. Alright, now let's talk about some cover art variants. We're going to start off with one of my favorite cover art variants and one of the coolest. This is the Bounty Hunter limited edition cover art. I was told that it was a Best Buy exclusive. Again, we didn't have Best Buy in Canada at the time, so this was incredibly hard for me to find up here. So here's what the original looked like. Got Jango Fett on the front, and then here's the limited edition cover art. Pretty cool. Next up, this one's a little more subtle. We have Top Gun Combat Zones. If you look here, it has the Titus logo on the bottom there. Some of you may recognize that from Superman 64. And then here, we have Mastiff. And the coloring is slightly different. There's a little bit more purple on the left, opposed to like the blue on the right. The spines are also different, as you can see here. And then the backs are pretty much identical except for the Mastiff here and the Titus here. I guess there's a ship missing here too. So what's really cool about this variation too is the discs are actually different. Here you can see this one here and this one here. The cover art is definitely minor variation, but because the discs are so much different, it's actually not a very well-known variation. So again, that's Top Gun Combat Zones, the variations. Next up, we have Time Splitters 2. What? Time Splitters has a cover art variation? It does. So here's one cover art, and then here's the other. I don't really know which is the original or the more rare, so I'm just going to show both at the same time. I found this one first, but that could mean anything. So yeah, there's the cover art variations. Spines are the same, and the backs are the same, so yeah, it's mainly just the cover arts. So that's Time Splitters 2. Now here's a really rare cover art variation that not a lot of people know about. Midway Arcade Treasures, the first one, number 1. Here's the original cover, the cover you see all the time. Later on in the GameCube's life, Midway released a second version and third version. So they went back and did away with this cover, and they redid the cover to match the other two. And this is the Midway Arcade Treasures 1 cover art variation. It's completely different, as you can see. Again, this is one that I didn't even know until about a year ago was a variation. So you think you know it all, and then stuff like this comes up. I believe the cover art variation is also on the Xbox. So very drastic different cover arts here. Alright, now we're going to take a look at one last cover art variation. Here we have Pikmin 2. And then here we have Pikmin 2. Unfortunately, this one's graded, the cover art variation, but there is two different covers of Pikmin. The spines are also different, and the backs are different. Now, unfortunately, I got this silly sticker in the way, so you can't really see the full difference of the back, but you can see here the picture's a little bit larger than here. This one has French on the side, so I believe this may be the Canadian variation of this. Who knows? But there is two different cover arts. So that's Pikmin 2. Alright, so now we're going to do some like special pack-ins and or special bonus discs, or I don't even know how to categorize this. So let's just go for it. Here we have our Racing Evolution. Pretty standard game, no cover art variations, but inside it come with this slip here, and it actually came with PacMan Versus, which is like such an odd combination, but it is Namco. So there's a normal release of this game, and then the release that had PacMan Versus snuck inside. Then you have PacMan Versus split with Pac-Man World 2. This is the common way to find PacMan Versus. It's basically just Pac-Man World 2 with Pac-Man Versus packed inside. And then they also had the just original Pac-Man World 2 without Pac-Man Versus. And then another way to get Pac-Man Versus was the standalone cardboard Pac-Man Versus. This one's sealed, so I can't show you inside, but this was, yeah, just Pac-Man Versus on its own. So you got some options on how to get Pac-Man Versus, which, by the way, this is a really fun multiplayer game. So that's those ones. Here we have Mario Golf. This is the Target exclusive version. Basically, it comes with this little pamphlet here, and it gave you a code, so you could play an extra course. Only different of the cover art is this little circle here. Pretty uncommon variation as well, actually. Again, we don't have Target in Canada, so that was another hard one to find. So here we have 1080 Avalanche. The standard cover just has 1080. This particular one here has this little corner here that says it features new music. Standard release of the game. So on top of that version and the original, there's also this one. This includes a bonus DVD. Snow Sessions DVD. So yeah, a little mini disc DVD pack-in. So those are two 1080 variations. I just want to say on 1080, the coolest board you can unlock is the NES controller, by the way. It's awesome. Now here we have Mario Kart Double Dash with the special bonus disc. Only difference between the original and this is it has this little banner here. And this comes with the bonus disc, as you can see in the top there. And yeah. So that's the Mario Kart bonus disc. Here we have, I guess it's like a 2-pack. The Outlaw Golf and Darkened Sky 2-in-1. Extraordinary value. Essentially, why are these all upside down? Here we have Darkened Sky and Outlaw Golf, all in one case. Cool split cover. This is another one that is actually not too rare, but you just don't see it very much. Like, it's not well known, I should say. Alright, moving on. We have some special pack-in deals here. Here is Baten Kaitos. Now this particular version is sealed, and it's a Toys R Us exclusive with the official soundtrack. So yeah, it was packed in with a soundtrack. And here we have one of the rarest GameCube games in existence, lowest print. It's Kubik's Robots for Everyone. Now this particular one is a Blockbuster exclusive, and it comes with this Kubik's Robots for Everyone DVD. The game itself is standard, just like Baten Kaitos. It just came packed in with this DVD. Again, this is only available at Blockbuster. This particular set, sealed as DVD, I've only seen one, and it's just one in my hands. So I feel like it's incredibly rare because the game itself is already rare. So that's those two. Here we have another special pack-in. This is the Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles special pack-in that has the Game Boy Advance cable here. It came in this huge, like, weird blister pack. There it is in the bottom there with some instructions. I have no idea where this was sold, but I know the standard Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles does not have this on the cover art printed on. So I knew there had to be some variation, and I found it. So again, that's the Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles special packing. Now, let's move on to Pokemon Colosseum. Here we have standard Colosseum. Single disc. Here we have the Pokemon Colosseum bonus disc, which allowed you to get Jirachi. So, yeah, that's Pokemon Colosseum with the bonus disc. But, wait, there's more. There's actually a third wheel in this mix. There's this guy, which is incredibly rare. This here is Pokemon Colosseum packed in with the Jirachi bonus disc, all in one case. So you have Pokemon Colosseum and the bonus disc all in one package. This set is, again, very rare, and the only real difference is has this little thing in the corner here. So if you're ever browsing and you see a Colosseum casually and you see that little Jirachi on the cover art, grab it. You will not regret it. This was the last variant that you're going to see here today that I got. It took me a long time to find it. Mainly because it was only available when you pre-order Pokemon Colosseum, I believe. There's the spines. No difference on the bonus disc one. It's literally just that corner. Alright, next up, we're going to take a look at some Metroids and Zeldas. So here, we have the Metroid Prime with Metroid Prime 2 Echoes bonus disc. So you can see the difference here compared to the original. This one here came packed in with the Metroid Prime 2 Echoes bonus disc. And then I happen to have this variation, which is a Target exclusive. There's $50 worth of coupons apparently in here. And here's what the coupon book looks like. So yeah, it's just a cover art variation, slight cover art variation with the coupons. So that's some Metroids. Now here we have the Windwaker. This is a not for real resale copy, which was a pack-in with the console. It's player's choice. Nothing special really, just a not for resale copy. Here we have a Kmart exclusive Windwaker that came with the player's choice Nintendo Power strategy guide. Again, nothing really crazy for variation, just some slight cover art variations. Here we have the Legend of Zelda Collector's Edition. Single disc. Came with Zelda 1, Zelda 2, Ocarina of Time, and Majora's Mask. I really love this game, this set. When I first got my GameCube, playing Majora's Mask again was really fun on this disc. So. Now here we have the Ocarina of Time Master Quest bonus disc. Never before released Master Quest. Then this is single disc. This was basically just a ported version of Ocarina of Time with the Master Quest. And it had some sneak peeks at some upcoming games. Now, again, there's a third Windwaker. I have a lot of Windwakers in my complete GameCube collection, believe it or not, because there's so many variations. So this one here is the Zelda Windwaker packed in with the Ocarina of Time Master Quest disc. It's a cover art variation. And then here you see Windwaker, and then the Master Quest disc again. So this is a pretty uncommon set with this. The spine looks normal. So if you ever look into games and you see them spines like that, it doesn't hurt to pull Windwaker out and see if it's this variation, because this one's worth a few bucks. Alright. This here, in the opinion of most GameCube collectors, is the holy grail of GameCube. 2 common games, 1 case. Metroid Prime and Zelda Windwaker, the combo set. Extremely rare, has a spine variation, very expensive, and again, this is like the top tier game set, I guess, to have for the GameCube. Inside, it's got all the paperwork and stuff from Windwaker and Metroid Prime. Standard Windwaker disc, standard Metroid Prime disc. Honestly, the only difference in this thing is it's not for resale, and it's the cover art. So it's one really expensive cover art, essentially. Very cool set. I'm very lucky to have it, considering just how rare these are. So that's the Metroid Prime and Zelda Windwaker combo set. Alright. Now we're going to take a look at some big box, really big box stuff, just to finish off the video. So here we're going to take a look at the Donkey Kong drum set boxes. So here we have just standard Donkey Konga and the drums pack in. Nothing too crazy. So that's Donkey Konga. Then we have the Donkey Konga 2 box set. Diddy there. GameCube. The beat is back. Dixie. Dixie for Smash. So that's Donkey Konga 2 drums. Then this didn't actually come packed in with a game, but I figured I'd just show it with the bongos. This is just the standalone bongos, no game pack in. Tells you that it works with certain games. So that's just the standalone bongos. And here we have the coolest box of them all. Donkey Kong Jungle Beat pack in with the bongos. Very cool, detailed, colorful box. Very cool. So that's it for the bongos. So there's 4 variations of bongo boxes that I'm aware of. Next up, these are a little bigger. This is the official MC McGrooves, or it's MC Grooves Beat Pad. This is the box for that. It is official Nintendo box, so it counts as a variation, unfortunately. And it's basically McGrooves, or MC Grooves, however you say it, Dance Craze game with this pad. This generic Mad Catz pad. Now, believe it or not, that thing actually got a box variation, right? Who would have thunk it? So here's the variation. It actually has a cutout here so you can see the game inside. And different little thing here saying Jessica Simpson, Jewel, Kevin Little, a lot of the artists that are in here. Again, Mad Catz. Guess I should have shown the back. So put the two side by side. Unfortunately, I have to move the camera because these things are so huge. And they take up a lot of valuable space in my game room. But, nonetheless, they are variations. Alright, one last shot here. There we go. Alright, get those out of the way. Alright, we're down to the last box set here. This is the Dance Dance Revolution Mario Mix big box with the dance pad. It's a nice box. GameCube on the side. Here's the back. Get down with Mario. Alright, so that is all the big boxes for GameCube. Some of the 2-packs, some variations, some special pack-ins. Just lots to look at. Again, if you know of any variations or special editions, big boxes, 2-packs that I'm unaware of that you did not see in this video, please let me know in the comments. I'd really appreciate it. Now for a little bonus, I thought for the folks that stuck around for this whole half hour, I would just show some of my cool import GameCube stuff that I got lying around here. We'll just blast through it quick. I have Pikmin 1 and 2 on GameCube. These are my favorite GameCube games, so obviously I had to get the Japanese versions. Here we have a baseball game. I can't remember the name of it, but it's baseball. Here we have Pokemon box, big box, and the standard release of Pokemon box in Japan. Don't ask why I have these. You probably saw this already. I have this special Tales of Symphonia box. I think it was used for display. I've never actually unfolded it. I'm not a big Tales fan, but I came across it and it's GameCube, so I hung on to it. But yeah, it's not a big box that I'm aware of. It's thick, like a game could go in there. But as far as I know, there was no GameCube Tales of Symphonia big box. So I believe it was used for display. Here we have, I think it's like called Perin or something. It's a really fun game. This one's actually sealed, but I did have an open copy before. Yeah, or Kurin, I think it's called. I'm awful remembering these Japanese names, but it's a fun game. Here we have my favorite import game. This is, if I recall, Dream Mix TV World Fighters. It's basically a Smash Bros. Kind of clone with Bomberman, Barbie, Optimus Prime, Higgins, and Simon Belmont. Yeah, Belmont before Smash. It's really fun, again, Smash kind of style clone. Had a lot of fun playing this with my friends. Here we have the Adventure Island remake. So good, so good. And then right here I have the Bonks Adventure remake for GameCube. These are two really good games. They are worth getting, and getting a Japanese or a modded GameCube to play them. Such good remakes. So that's Bonks Adventure and Adventure Island remakes. Awesome games. Here I have some PAL region games. This is Neighbors from Hell. Some of you may be familiar with Hell Neighbor, I think it's called, or sorry, Hello Neighbor. That's out on PS4, Switch, and Xbox One right now. This is the same kind of world, same kind of graphics. So I'm gonna say it's like the predecessor. Same thing where you go in and like prank your neighbors and stuff like that. It's actually a pretty fun game. It's my favorite PAL region game, and that's Neighbors from Hell. Here we have Franklin. This is the French only game. I don't know why I have this, but I do. It's Franklin. It's in French. I can't play it. This is another really awesome game, Doge In The Giant. I first learned about this on the N64 DD, playing that on my DD. This is the PAL version, so it's all in English, so it's actually playable. The Japanese one was hard to navigate on the DD, so I recommend getting Doge In The Giant. It's a really fun game too, very unique. I first learned about this guy from Smash Bros. Melee, seeing his trophy. Basically, you're some kind of like godlike creature, and you can raise the land, shrink the land, help your people on your island or whatever, or make them mad. It's pretty fun. And then just a couple of bonus things here. I got a freeloader, which allows you to play import games on any console. For most, it does not work for all, just a disclaimer. And I have one of these interactive kiosk demo discs, version 31. I don't really collect these, but I had a chance to get one of these for dirt cheap, so I thought, why not? I like to collect retail stuff only, but again, it came in across my path, so I grabbed it. Alright, so that's going to wrap up this video. I want to thank everybody for watching. Again, if you have any variations or things you didn't see in this video that you were aware of, please let me know. I'd really appreciate it. I want to wrap up the video by saying I love GameCube. It's my favorite console. I'd love to know if you guys have any cool variations, or what's your favorite variation or box set that you've seen here. And as always, if you want to see anything more in depth, please let me know. Alright, again, thanks for watching. I am the Console Collector, and until the next video, happy gaming.